Arizona Cardinals probably hired the worst coach they could possibly hire. They hired a defensive coach from the Eagles, and then Eagles defense was good all year long, but it was kind of one of those really good regular season defenses. And then by the time they get to the Super Bowl, they couldn't stop Juju Smith-Schuster. So you went ahead and hired that guy. Not only that, he looks like if you shaved Adam Gase and turned him into a mouse. So you have him there, and then Kyler Murray's going to be out part of the year, so he's probably not going to be back until like week 6, 7, or 8, right around then. So you're starting the season with like the Colt McCoys of the world, or someone really bad. Probably be better off just calling up Ben DiNucci from the XFL and having him be your quarterback. And then you lost DeAndre Hopkins, so you had to cut him. And then Kyler Murray without DeAndre Hopkins has been pretty awful his entire career. So I think they'll be the worst team in the league, but they have the Texans pick this year. We think the Texans are going to be pretty good, but you have like a solid mid-round first pick, the number 1 pick in the draft, so you're going to be able to go out there, get Caleb Williams, and then trade Kyler Murray and try and get a really good receiver in the draft to pair with him. So I think you're in a rebuild right now, but you're going to want to fire your coach, bring in Caleb Williams, and get him a offensive guru next year. That's where you should be looking.
All right, so we start with the lowly Washington Commanders at FedEx Field, 1 o'clock Sunday.
Unfortunately, I believe in the Commanders a lot more than I believe in the Cardinals. I believe in Sam Howell. I think Sam Howell's going to be better than anything that the Cardinals could dream of this year. So yeah, give me the Commanders in week 1.
All right, well, they go
starting out hot.
4 o'clock game. They take on the villains of the Big Apple in the New York Giants.
In the New York Giants.
Battle of the bad.
The battle of the bad here, yeah. So gonna have to go with the Giants just because the Giants are at home. I feel like this will be a pretty low scoring game, probably about 10 turnovers combined, because we have vanilla Josh Allen in here, vanilla Danny Dimes himself in this game, and then we have whoever's starting for the Arizona Cardinals. So give me the Giants.
And then the Cardinals are at home against the Cowboys week 3.
At home versus the Cowboys. Yeah, got to give respect to the Cowboys here. Dak Prescott, one thing he's really good at doing is front running against really bad teams. And I think he'll be able to do that versus Arizona.
And then doesn't get any easier for them as they go week 4 to San Francisco to face the Niners.
To San Francisco, even though Sam Darnold is going to be playing and Sam Darnold is seeing ghosts, it's fine because basically the Cardinals are ghosts at this point. You might as well have bed sheets out there instead of whoever they're going to be playing this season. So give me the San Francisco 49ers.
And then it gets even more difficult for them because then week 5, they go to, well, actually, they're at home here, but they face the Cincinnati Bengals.
They face the Cincinnati Bengals. Yeah, Jamar Chase. He's pretty good at football. Joe Burrow, ever heard of him? You know, Lou Anarumo, pretty good defensive coordinator. I think he can contain anything that the Cardinals are doing. So go ahead and give me the Bengals in that one.
And then division rivalry, they go to SoFi to face off against their father in Sean McVay.
Sean McVay, yeah. We did have a Father's Day a few weeks ago, a little far away, but you should still send Sean McVay that quarterly Father's Day card because he basically owns them. He should maybe think into like Aaron Rodgers owns a part of the Chicago Bears. Maybe Sean McVay should start apply to own a part of the Arizona Cardinals there.
And then they go to Seattle to take on the Seattle Seahawks in week 7, currently 0-6.
Yeah, Pete Carroll is about 90 at this point in his career, but he still has more energy than anyone in the Cardinals building right now. Can probably play quarterback better than anyone they're going to be rolling out there besides Kyler Murray. So go ahead and give me Seattle.
And then in week 8, man, the schedule's brutal. They're at home again, but they're facing the Ravens.
They're facing the Ravens, yeah. Lamar Jackson, even if he doesn't have any wide receivers, even if people think he's a running back, I think most teams could beat the Cardinals even without a quarterback starting. So go ahead and give me the Ravens.
And then it gets even more tough for them because then they go to Cleveland and face against the Browns.
Yeah, I think this will be a good win for them.
For the Cardinals?
No, for the Browns. It'll be an easy win for the Browns. The Cardinals aren't going to win. Like, even though the Browns are historically the worst team in the NFL, I don't know. Cardinals are going to be one of the worst teams ever this year.
So then They're 0-9. The season's over at this point.
Okay.
Maybe some rumblings about John Glenn getting fired, but now they face the Falcons in Week 10.
Face the Falcons in Week 10. I think the Falcons are going to be a surprise team this year, and I think they'll be like, okay, the Cardinals, that'll be an easy way for us to flex some of our mojo, flex the firepower here. Bijan Robinson, monster game from him. Kyle Pitts maybe starting to come into his own a little bit this season.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully.
And then they go to Houston to take on the Texans. They own their first round pick, of course. How do you see this game shaping out in Week 11?
Yeah, so they own the Texans' first round pick, so even more reason for them to try and win this game so they get a higher pick, so the Texans are worse. However, I think the Texans are going to make sure that they get a high as a first round pick, so it's not as big of a loss. So give me the Texans in this one.
And the walls are burning in State Farm Stadium at this point, and they have to face Sean McVay yet again in Week 12, 4:00 game.
Yeah, I mean, in Week 12, yeah, give me the Rams. Rams are still playing for something at this point. Their season's still alive a little bit. Cardinals still want to get Caleb Williams. Can't throw that away.
And then they go to Pittsburgh and face off against the Steelers, who are probably at this point fighting for a playoff spot.
TJ Watt next. TJ Watt could play quarterback and they'd be fine.
Then they go back home and they take on against their division rivals, the 49ers.
Yeah, I wouldn't really call it a rivalry, but it'll be a beatdown. Christian McCaffrey still plays football, right?
He does. So now they got 4 more games to go, and it's looking pretty terrible for them. Next game is against the Bears.
Yeah, I think the Bears are going to be a surprise, really good team this year. So go ahead, give me Justin Fields and the Bears. Even if Justin Fields isn't there due to unforeseen circumstances, I'll still take the Bears to demolish them.
And then New Year's Eve, they go to Philadelphia to take on the defending NFC champions.
Does Jalen Hurts still play football?
He does.
Okay, yeah, give me the Eagles in this game.
And then last week of the season, this is for trying to be a part of infamous history, trying to avoid that. That is, they are at home, and the Seattle Seahawks are between them and immortality in the wrong way. So where do you see Week 18?
Yeah, I think Seattle's playing for seeding at this point. And there's a chance that they could want to lose this game, but go ahead and give me Seattle. Still probably battling for a division title at this point, depending on where San Francisco settles down.
So this means that the Cardinals will finish the 2023-2024 season winless, 0-17.